Uh, Grim Reaper, whatever you want to call me. Sorry that I'm looking kind of down and out. I'm having dealing with a stomach virus. Um, Trying to take this Malax so it can help me with my constipation and stuff like that. Sorry talking about that stuff on here, but welcome to my world of HS. Um, I really can't pronounce the word really well. Um, I had this very bad skin disease ever since 2020 until now to 2026. Been dealing with it a lot, going to dermatologists and stuff like that to, get everything checked out about my skin, hoping my skin is, you know, um, whatever. But welcome to my world. Sorry about I don't have no shirt on. Um, I was trying to get some sleep, but it's hard. I didn't even know it was 54 degrees outside. I thought it was like 80 degrees because it felt so hot earlier. I had to turn my air conditioner on, but when you take medication, sometimes the medication plays with your mind. So right now, I'm just chilling. I wanted to make this video because I know there's a lot of people out there that has HS. If you have HS, please follow me. Please follow me on Facebook. I'm about to make a page on Facebook. Please follow me on Instagram because I'm about to make a page on Instagram, Thread, anything that you can follow me on about your HS. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. I'm going through the same thing. But see, me, I'm more bold. I don't care. You live one life on this earth and then you die. And you just deal with it the way you can. Let me see if I can flip my camera real quick. See, I've been dealing with this a lot. See, my skin is bad. My foot really swollen. I got little, you know, problems with my foot too for the swelling. See, for the swelling on my foot. And then, on the side. And then you got over here, same thing with my ankle, swelling. I'm hoping this right here is not becoming a sore. I went through an ankle surgery from having problems with this ankle. See, oh man, I had real bad ankle surgery because I had so much fluid compiled in my ankle that I had to get the fluid out. And also, my foot is swollen really bad from the HS is inflamed. Um, Having other places, having my underarm, my buttock, back of my head. I got HS in the back of my head. Um, I try to take the medications my doctor gives me. I was one time I was on prednisone. I don't know if a lot of people were on prednisone during dealing with their HS. Prednisone is very bad. It's a steroid. It really, whoo, it makes you have this thing called a moon face. It makes your face look like a circle, and it makes you hungry. You're hungry all the time. Um, I never been on a steroid before, and I never ever want to get back on it again because once I lost a lot of weight, getting out of the hospital because I was in the hospital for 3 months, dealing with not just my HS, I deal with heart problems too. I have congenital heart failure. Um, I have two pacemakers. Um, Listen, I don't want nobody to feel sorry for me, man. I just make videos because I want people to understand that diseases are no game. And if you have HS, don't be afraid to come out and say anything about it, because people always want to hide behind social media, like they can tease you and call you names and all that, but they'll never ever deal with you have to deal with. Like, I'm not gonna get a whole bunch of people watching my videos because this is a lot of influencer. I'm a person talking about something that I have that somebody else can get, because mostly females get HS. My daughter has it. She got it from me. And it's not a fun disease to have. No, it's not contagious. You can't get it from nobody. No. You can't even get HS for being dirty. You know, you only get the HS because it's a family trait. Sometimes it's not a family trait. Sometimes you have the HS inside your own, DNA, and you end up getting it and give it to your family. But like I said before, like, this is real shit, yo. Like I said, sympathy only comes to the people that cry. I don't cry. You know, I don't get on here making videos about my HS. I made a few videos about my HS, but nobody watch my videos. Like I said, I only get like I said, I'm not influencer. So I'm not gonna get a whole bunch of motherfuckers up here. People don't know or people don't understand shit. They want to get off so fast, but it has nothing to do with making dumbass videos and trying to get a million likes and comments. And I don't want all that shit. I don't want that attention. I just want to talk about something that I had that I want people to be worried because, like I said, females are most likely to get HS more than men, and women get it worse than men. Worse. They get it on their breasts, they get it on their vagina, they get it in their hair, on their scalp. They get it on their, they get it everywhere. There's one video I seen that this woman had it all over her body. See, I don't have HS all over my body. It's just I have chosen spots like back of my head. Sometimes it goes dormant. Like I said, my legs, um, my underarms. Well, I had surgery. I had surgery on this underarm. Sorry about my chest, yo. Like I said, that steroid really tore me up, dog. The steroid really tore me up and make me look like I have breasts because now I know how The Rock feel after he stopped using steroids for a while and his body started getting weird. I can't take Tylenol. I gotta be on ibuprofen. You know, I have different creams that don't work. Like this is a new this is a new thing. HS was been out for a long time, but it just came out. Like the diagnosis of HS just came out, and it came out in 2020. I got it during 2020 because when I got sick and I had to get heart surgery, well, I had to get pacemaker surgery because my pacemaker needed to be replaced. So I got a pacemaker replacement. Then they told me I had this thing called HS. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I thought it was going to kill me. I was afraid to tell people because I thought people were going to be afraid of me because they think that I could give it to them. And I found that you can't. And I'm so happy that, that I can't give it to nobody. It's a good feeling. Dang, my mouth is dry. But like I said, you got to keep yourself hydrated. Um, Exercise. It's hard to eat right because, like I said, when you're inflamed, your body gets confused, and you start getting confused because the pain. Honestly, if you have sores, that's different because it's really, really painful. But if your sores are not there, sometimes they itch because once you get HS, you get a lot of nerve damage. You can damage a lot of nerves throughout your legs, arms, and everything. A lot of people can end up getting different types of, arthritis. I have arthritis now because of my HS, so I take arthritis medicine, which is the worst. Um, when I spent the 3 months in the hospital because I couldn't walk, because HS also can make you not be able to walk. Like I said, it's a nerve issue. So once your nerves get damaged, sometimes you can't walk. Sometimes you can't eat. Um, Sometimes you can't think straight. Sometimes you think that you just want to die, or you want to pop your medicine and hoping that you get better, and you think ahead of the future. Which my dermatologist always try to make me think ahead of the future. Oh, don't worry about it. You'll be okay. But you don't know my body. You don't know me. You don't know how I feel every day every time I wake the fuck out of bed. That's why people thinking that I want sympathy. It has something to do with sympathy because you don't know me. I don't know you. So I don't know your diseases. You don't know my diseases. I don't know what you go through. I don't know what you take. I don't know what you go through with your doctors, your dermatologist, or whoever you go see for your problems. If you have colon cancer, diabetes, if you had Parkinson's, if you had MS, if you have any of these diseases, I can't tell you how you feel because I'm not you. Because a lot of people hide their diseases. Me, like I said before, I don't hide my disease. I don't care. I got heart disease. I got it so bad that my doctors were actually telling me that I was going to die in a hospital, and I'm up there smiling. And I'm like, well, this is everybody. I've been hearing this for the last past 40 something years, and I'm about to be 50 years old. So this coming month, I'm about to be 50 in May. So dealing with all this shit every day and walking around with trying to smile, but still dealing with pain. Hey, I just got to. Sometimes it gets on my nerves. Sometimes it makes me depressed. Sometimes it makes me want to cry. Sometimes it just makes me want to end it all. Sometimes it just makes me think about my daughter, and my daughter's telling me, "Dad, it'll be all right. Bet, let's just move on." And like I said, I'm not an influencer, so people make up lies to get attention. I don't need to lie to get attention. Why do I need to get a million views about me to make everybody else happy? To tell a lie about my health. And the reason why I talk about my health because I want other people to understand what I go through. So when they get that same problem, they're like, "Dan, this boy Dan AC on YouTube was talking about the same thing." Like I get a lot. I talk to a lot of people that don't understand the disease. Like I talk to a lot of nurses don't even know anything about the diseases. How the hell you know? How the hell you work at a hospital, but you don't know nothing about diseases? You don't know nothing about HS. They be taking pictures of it. It's crazy. They want to see it. They want to touch it. You know, it's sad what people put in their heads, especially the younger generation. They don't know nothing about diseases. When I was growing up, it's different because diseases were always mandatory to take your vaccines and all other kind of stuff. Even though we didn't want to take our vaccines, we didn't want to take our medications, but it was mandatory. Today, it's really not mandatory to take your shit. You can be forced to take it, but it's not mandatory like it was back then. And we had health classes, so they would teach us different things about our diseases during health classes in high school. So we would learn these things before we even set foot outside because we learned about HIV, we learned about syphilis, we learned about herpes, gonorrhea. We learned about all these different diseases when we were in high school. We know more about the diseases that these kids have today than they know. So these new diseases are coming out. Sometimes you got to sit there, open up a book, and find out because the internet's not going to tell you everything. The internet's not going to tell you everything about your disease. It's not. Like I said, it's a new disease. Like HS is a new disease. Like I said, been out ever since 2020. Might have been out earlier than that. But to show you them pictures of my leg, that's really what I have on my leg. Um, Sometimes it burns. Sometimes I have to stop it from itching because it itches so much. I can stand for like 20 minutes. Next thing you know, I get this tremendous sharp pains that will make me want to go crazy because it itches so bad. I can't do nothing about it if I'm itching. I gotta rub it. If I put some lotion on it, it doesn't do anything about it because it's nerve pain. It's deep, deep nerve pain because the nerves are so shot. That's why sometimes I'll be limping around and can't walk, and I'm up there like I wish it stopped, but it will one day. I'm preparing myself for that day when it stops, and I'll be proud that my HS is going to be gone. But right now, I'm just going to deal with it as much as I can. But I got a little bit right here of HS on my face, right here around my beard. I had it in the back of my ear at one point. I had it in the back of my ear at one point. I never had it in my beard. Even how long I grew my beard, I had my beard out here before. It never grew my beard. I never had anything on my front of my head or my eyebrows, but I never had anything on the top of my head or the side. Always the back. I never had any on my chest. That's the good thing. Only thing that I had on my chest was the little bumps from um, the steroid, the prednisone. They used to cause these little bumps on all over my shoulders and shit for me taking it so much. I had to take them every day. Um, if I would forget to take my prednisone, I would get depressed. I would get upset. They would leave me suicidal thoughts. That's what I used to do. I know, YouTube is very sensitive about things people say, but if you want to speak the real, speak the real. That's what I do. I speak the real. I don't hide from, like I said, I don't hide from my problems. Like I can't. I'm very blunt. So this video is not gonna be long because I gotta finish drinking this freaking water with um, this Malax in it, so I can get my stomach valves moving, so I can get these I get this. I can stop this. We call it I can stop this constipation. Um, I'll make a couple of videos off and on. I'm really not good making videos, unless I'm telling stories, unless I'm making, you know, tributes and shit like that. Talk about politics and shit. But when it comes to other things, I can't do. So I just sit back and just chill. All right, everybody. It's your boy AC. Please, ladies, and please, gentlemen, keep doing what you do to check your body. Stop thinking you know everything about yourself. That's why you have a doctor. You don't got to take all the medicine. I know medicine is the worst. Medicine is the worst to take when you're sick. But, you know what I mean? Sometimes medicine helps you, sometimes it don't. I'm on a lot of heart medicine. Sometimes I don't even take my heart medicine. I'm on a lot of skin medicine. I don't even like taking that shit. But you know what I do? When I can. But I'm just trying to put things in people's ears so people can listen. Like I said, sorry I didn't have no shirt on. Sorry about my chest and everything like that. Sorry about my look. I'm not all sexy. I don't come on here to be sexy. I go over just to talk. Bless everybody.